today we're focusing on dimensional color and weaving. Weaving is fine ribbons of hair. The effect will be soft, natural, and a sun-kissed look depending on the ratio. Best suited for hair types 1A through B and 2A through B. So we will take 1/4 inch sections. The weave can be taken from the top half of that section. The section size can vary depending on texture and formation and the density of the hair. So our ratios will be 1:1. That's if you want more blonde, so baby lights. 2:1, which are heavier ribbons, equal lightness to equal darkness. And 2:2, which will be bold and chunky lights. So 1:1 means I pick up one ribbon, I let one fall. 2:1, I pick up two, let one fall. 2:2, pick up two, let two fall. It does not take all day and all night to do highlights. Despite what you see on YouTube, despite what you see on TikTok, it's very easy. You can get a full look of highlights with just a few foils. Very few foils. And it'll give you very dimensional. Baby lights might take just a little bit longer, of course, because you're doing 1:1 ratio. So you're picking one ribbon up, dropping one down, picking one, dropping one down. So it just might take a little bit longer. We will part the hair into 6 panels. Begin at the center back section, which will be those sections that are in the crown area, the 2 sections in the crown area. Take 1/4 inch sections, weave off the top half, and then leave the bottom. We will weave using a 1:2 ratio, so we're going to pick up one ribbon, let two fall, leaving double the amount of space between each ribbon. Work from the lower side in the sideburn area until parallel with the side back area. We will lock the foils at the hairline, crown, center part, and sideburn areas. And then we will work back and forth up the side to the center top, and then we will weave the box panel in the crown last. First things first, you do not want to mix your lightener and your developer first because it loses oxidation the longer it sits. So you want to get everything prepared first before you even worry about mixing. So of course, your first step will be a consultation. You'll ask your guests what would they like. They would like highlights, asking for an inspiration picture so that you can get an idea of what ratio you're going to use. They'll tell you on Mevo. And of course, you guys will get that information when Mia comes in, y'all's last day, and set you up for that. They'll text you service you have that day. If it's for work, of course, you want to come in and you want to prep your foils first. So if you don't have time to prep your foils, just make sure that you do not pass that line. You want to leave space for the lightening to swell, but if you don't have a lot of product by the scalp, it won't swell that much. That's why we want you to tap it, or maybe you can kind of like feather it up. But don't just put a glob of lightener on there because it definitely will leak out. So unlocked would look like this. Locked would be folding aside. So it's up to you, however you work quicker or whatever suits you. But it's just no for sure certain way that you have to do. It's whatever works for you. I just show you the foundation, you tweak it yourself. You don't have to do this when you get in the salon world, but to just help you with foundational purposes and so that you can practice not going all the way to the scalp with a bunch of product, we do a 1/8 inch fold. Y'all right over there? Okay. So they're already pre-folded like this, which is like 1/4 inch. You just want to fold that in half. You can put the end of your brush, depending on what brushes you have, or the end of your rat tail comb, fold it over, and you will get that 1/8 inch fold. Now again, this is for the purposes of not passing it up and not getting too much towards the scalp, so you can leave room for it to swell. Now I'm going to show you guys the mixing ratio. So the mixing ratio for Synchro Lift is 1:2. So 1 hefty scoop of lightener to 2 ounces of developer. We'll turn on our scale. We'll place our bowl. And you're going to press on to zero it out. We're going to get a hefty scoop of lightener, real hefty, and drop it. See, that's 1.19 ounces to 2 ounces of developer. This is supposed to be creamy. Mix it like cake batter. Just look at the video. We're going to start with horizontal sections, and then once we get worked up to that section, we'll just add it all the way around. We're going to section out our hairline because, of course, that will be the last thing that we do. You don't want to leave lightener on that section for too long because it can get very, very brittle and it'll start breaking. So just like a relaxer, you section it out. 1/4 inch section, and we are horizontally weaving off the top. You will not dig into it like that. We're not doing it. We're not stitching, okay? We weaving. So it's going to be light. So we're moving like we're gliding. You're weaving the top part. I do want you guys to take your time and glide through the hair. Pick up one, let down two. Pick up one, let down two. And pick up one. And let that bottom drop. Now there's 2 ways to place the foil. Actually 3. 1, 2, 3. So I know that I have it down on the scalp. I'll take my product mid shaft, make it stick, use my hand for a platform, finish off through the ends. Make sure that it's saturated because you want every strand to be covered. Once I have all the ends, mid shaft to ends saturated, I'll tap up to that fold. It has room enough to swell up until it's about like right there. And I'll fold my foil in half at that point, and I'll lightly pinch the bottom. This is unlocked. So 1/4 inch section. And at that point, I'm at the point to where I can go ahead and add the hair from that back section. So there are different size foils. This is a 5 by 11. So they do have like 11 by 15, 8 by 10 foils for long hair and wider sections. So it just depends on what you choose. It's up to you. I'm going to take section by section only because I don't have huge foils. So I'm gliding through that top layer, picking up 1, letting down 2, picking up 1, letting down 2, picking up 1. So placing my foil, making sure that it's down. Take my product, mid shaft to ends, taking my hand, using it as a platform. So leaving room for my lightener to swell. And now I'm going to lock. So depending on what method you like, you may leave it unlocked or you can lock it. So locking locks in the heat. When you don't lock it, of course, it's like a free flow. Whatever works for you is the way that you should do it. I'm just teaching you the foundation, boo. I'm never going to tell y'all to do it exactly how I do it because we are all different people. What I'm saying isn't law, it's just foundation. Just to give you an idea of how things should go. However you work that afterwards, it's up to you. I don't want y'all to be me. I just want you to be inspired.